On God's green earth, a golden sun is shining down. On God's green earth, the fields are red and brown. The silver rains of springtime brings a miracle of birth. There's room for every color here on God's green earth. In God's blue sky, sometimes the gray clouds blow and storms may rise on the land that lies below. And all the different colors forget each other's worth. They clash with one another here on God's green earth. So God made the night, took away the light, made the colors fade into a single shade. God made the day, took the night away, so we all could see how it was meant to be. On God's green earth, on God's green earth. May be different, let us shine for all the worth. There's room for every color here on God's green earth. So God made the night, took away the light, made the colors fade into a single shade. God made the day, took the night away, so we all could see how it was meant to be. On God's green earth, on God's green earth, on God's green earth, the golden sun is shining down. On God's green earth, the fields are red and brown.
Fáilte agus 𝐷 Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is your host, Kathleen O'Neill, along with Bruce Smith, inviting you to 2 hours of Irish music, news, and announcements on Detroit Irish Radio at 𝐶RBradio.com. The call-in number is 313-942-0159 for those of you that have news to share. We really would appreciate, though, today if you would text us if you have information to share, and we will get back to you. Or you can always send our good friend Mary Bongiorno, who is on Detroit Irish Radio Facebook page, a message, and she will get that to us, because we have a busy schedule today and looking forward to call-ins, come-ins, and other announcements to share. We're ending up almost the end of April, and plenty of things are coming up. So have your pencil and paper handy, or go to the various websites to find out more of what we're going to share today. Just realize that you can listen to the show in its entirety now, or at a later time on both Detroit Irish Radio Facebook page, the Gaelic League Radio page website, YouTube. We have our own channel, Detroit Irish Radio, and of course always at CRBradio.com, where they are also archived. Well, we started today with On God's Green Earth, being sung by Andy Cooney, a wonderful entertainer that comes to the Detroit area at least once a year for the annual Palatine Dinner Dance, which happens in November. And that's our theme today. Yesterday was Earth Day, so today we're going to be playing songs and calling the theme Mother Earth. We have plenty of new songs here, and as I mentioned, some call-ins as well, including our friend Alfie Dean and Porrick Egan, and we'll hear from Sylvia Donahue and John McKnight as well. And then at the end of the program is DEMA. It is DEMA Day, with the Detroit Irish Music Association members coming, or some of them, coming down for a session from 3 to 5 p.m. So those of you that enjoy traditional Irish music or would like to learn how to play it, or you play it and would like to learn another song, today's the day. Come on down to the Gaelic League Irish American Club, located at 2068 Michigan Avenue in Detroit. And we also have Kelly as our one serving the beverages today. And then Amy and Mark Hunt are already settled in and enjoying today's program. So off we go with the Irish Rovers Over the Ocean, and then follow it with Danny Doyle's Save the Whales, and we'll end up with Altan with dulliman. That is a seaweed that can be eaten.
Over the ocean and Paddy's Green Isle, there's music and laughter, your heart to beguile, when fiddles and pipes to merrily play. They're singing and dancing and tearing away. Down, downly diddly da day, roundly downly diddly ay. Follow the little diddly da day, what full of diddle dum turley.
Over the ocean in Paddy's Green Isle, 𝐾𝐞𝐭𝐫, they say with a smile, the north and the south will bid you hello. You haven't a care wherever you go.
Down, downly diddly da day, roundly downly diddly ay. Follow the little diddly da day, what full of diddle dum turley.
Over the ocean in Paddy's Green Isle, come into the pub and we'll stay for a while and listen to Blarney and Irishman's charm. A couple of pints will do us no harm.
Down, downly diddly da day, roundly downly diddly ay. Follow the little diddly da day, what full of diddle dum turley. There's music and laughter, your heart to beguile, when fiddles and pipes to merrily play. They're singing and dancing and tearing away. Down, downly diddly da day, roundly downly diddly ay. Follow the little diddly da day, what full of diddle dum turley. Down, downly diddly da day, roundly downly diddly ay. Follow the little diddly da day, what full of diddle dum turley.
When my grandpa was a boy, he went down to the general store, saw a picture book of a whale, shooting its spout and flashing its tail. Then he had a sailor's dream about cruising round on the salty seas, joining up with the fishing crew, go out and kill him a whale or two. Tell me, what kind of men are these who sail upon the salty seas? Up in the rigging in the afternoon, swabbing the decks and sharpening harpoons. Ooh-way and up she rises, ooh-way and up she rises, ooh-way and up she rises. Early in the morning, lots of whales in the deep blue sea, and we kill them for the industry. We drag them alongside, cut them in two, melt them down and sell it to you. The hardly is a sailor alive who can keep the tears from his eyes, as he remembers the good old days when there were no whales to save. Now we can thank the companies for scouring the deep blue seas, looking for ivory and perfume and oil to light your living room. Ooh-way and up she rises, ooh-way and up she rises, ooh-way and up she rises. Early in the morning, Once set out of Boston in the middle of June. After 6 months I left sea, nothing but death and misery. Set out on a 3-year cruise, a Union ship, a Union crew. After 6 months you begin to see whaling's not what it used to be. A modern ship, a modern crew with sonar scopes and exploding harpoons, a mechanical boat made out of steel, a floating machine built to kill the whale. Ooh-way and up she rises, ooh-way and up she rises, ooh-way and up she rises. Early in the morning, ooh-way and up she rises, ooh-way and up she rises, ooh-way and up she rises. Early in the morning.
All right, I am so excited because we're already getting our phone calls. We're going to be hearing from our good friend Alfie Dean all the way in Athenry. Alfie, how are you today?
Hello, Kathleen and Bruce. How are you getting on? I'm on top of the world, as I say. I hope you can hear me loud and clear.
Oh, we definitely can hear you. And why are you on top of the world?
Well, I'll tell you. Funny enough, we had a nice day today. My daughter Laura and our three grandsons, Patrick, Gareth, and Mark, went down to Knock to walk in the footsteps of your great president who walked there last week. And we had a wonderful day. And I met a family from Arizona who were traveling Ireland, but because he came to Knock, they came to visit Knock themselves. So that goes to show you already we're bringing American tourists back to the west of Ireland, which we badly need. And we love to see them coming.
Well, isn't that wonderful? Yes, you did have the president of our country, President Biden in Ireland, and former President Bill Clinton and his wife Hillary. So it's been a busy time, and we've been getting to hear a lot of news from Ireland. It has
been a busy time indeed, yeah. We were so happy the President of the United States had come to Ballina, because Ballina is only 10 miles from where I come from. I'm in Sligo, but Ballina is in Mayo. And there was a fantastic turnout. Now, Joe Biden is a great man for persuading people, and he persuaded 27,000 into the down of Ballina on that night. Not since the 𝐶𝐞𝐭𝐫 here now, when the 4 nightclubs were all to go back in the 80s, was there so many people on the streets, and so many people were so happy. There was an eerie silence, and there was as he arrived in, and then there was a huge round of applause. And indeed, the 80-year-old president showed that he still had a few moves too, by jogging and hopping and popping onto the stage to the sound of the chieftains. He looked like a young fellow of 50. It was definitely fantastic. The world's most powerful politician flying into Mayo, flying out of Mayo, visiting Knock, visiting Castlebar, visiting Innisco. Now, Innisco is a place outside Crossmolina where you can trace all your relations. So he visited that. It's called Innisco, not Inniscrone, Innisco. And visiting Ballina, the birthplace of his great-great-great-grandfather. And from outside the cathedral, built with bricks, believe it or not, 195 years ago, by the same Edward Blewett, he was addressing the world, to whom he recited the green and red of Mayo, and shouted for Mayo for Sam, Mayo for Sam. And I'm sure you know what I mean by Mayo for Sam. It's that we hope Mayo will get will win the Sam Maguire Cup. And of course, he's a terrific man for speeches and putting words together in a simple way. He said, I can still hear my mum tell me, Joey, nobody is better than you, but everybody is your equal. And then he'd say, I can hear my dad's voice again. He'd always say, Joey, remember, the family is the beginning, the middle, and the end. And then he'd say, every time I walked out of my grandfather Finnegan's house in Scranton, Pennsylvania, he would shout, Joey, keep the faith. Then somebody else would yell from the house, no, Joey, spread it. So he had a terrific way with him, and he had in other words what we say here now, he had the people eating out of his hands. Now his visit to Knock Shrine was fantastic too. It lasted for about approximately 25 minutes with a duration. Concluding the priest for Richard Gibbons. Presenting the president with a very special gift of a piece of the original stone from the gable of the wall of Knock where the apparition occurred. And President departed his visit from Mayo to Roscommon Hospice in Castlebar, where his late son Mayo died. No, it was called in his memory, but before he died, he discovered the parish priest of Knock said him, we have a Father Frank O'Grady here, and believe it or not, a Sligo man, an ex-USA Army chaplain from the Walter Reed Military Hospital. he said he gave the last rites to your son so many years ago, and the president just couldn't believe it. He says, I've got to see him. So he spent 10 minutes with him, and he gave him two lovely medals. So he was Father O'Grady from Gurteen, outside Tubbercurry, where Father McCarrick and Pádraig would know very well that area. But it was really one of the I suppose. I don't remember the Kennedy here because it was 1963 and I was young at the time, and we hadn't the television companies we have today, you know. So that was a big event, but this was certainly the biggest ever, and we were so he's so proud to be Mayo. No, I'm not political when I'm done. I'm just telling you how he was accepted, and all I can say is congrats to the people of Ballina. For the manner in which they held out, they rolled out the green and red carpet, welcoming the most important citizen in the world, really. But I watched the events unfold from the comfort of my couch in the front of a lovely turf fire with a hot whiskey. And yes, President Biden got such a warm welcome to the 300. It's a 300-year-old town, Mayo style. The concert scene in the shadow of St. Murice's Cathedral by the band, by the Chieftains, which had disbanded a number of years ago, but had came back specially for him, on the banks of the River Moy, was the most fitting, and the stage for any presidents to visit, and for his fine speech. And I was just saying off the cuff, we the Dehan clan are preparing a Dehan reunion on the 29th and 30th of September. Now our pecking order will be down a long way from Mr. Biden's, but I hope we get half as good a welcome as he got. And another thing that struck me was I love the emphasis the president put on heritage and the values, the memories and customs, etc., of one's clan's forebearers, and that's very important for all us to keep in our mind. Like you'd agree with me, I'm sure, on that, because we love our ancestors, and it's keeping us all together. So he has Ireland and the west of Ireland tied up, and he's holding them in his right hand. So that's briefly now. I'll give you a brief rundown of the happenings. And Knock today was lovely because it was beautiful. There was only about 25% filling in the church, so you had plenty of place to move around. And we walked on the same steps and touched the wall where he touched, where the apparition was and all that. So it was nice.
It sounds wonderful, and I'm so happy that you and your daughter and your grandsons could take that journey today, not far from you, and that we do have the ability to watch these fabulous events that are taking place in Ireland via the internet or television. And you've given me such a wonderful start for today's program, full of joy knowing that people are in touch and happy, and bringing so many people to one little town to welcome. And indeed bringing people closer together too as well, right. Because you know they came from all over, and some people came from England to visit. They came from Scotland. Irish people came from of course all over Ireland. They came from, you know, and it's amazing that a man like that. But we were so happy and so relieved that he got back safely. That was our biggest worry, you know. And my daughter, believe it or not, is in, well, you call it the police department, we call it the Garda Síochána here. She's in that, and she was down, and she was within 10 yards of him. She was on her right was a CIA guy, on her left was an FBI guy. So she was in safe hands, but they were mingling around in the crowd to keep in case there was any suspicious characters around, but there wasn't. Thankfully, everything went off like a dream. Excellent. Well, thank you for starting off the program and then sharing all that excitement, and we look forward to future calls. I know that our lines are crossing a bit. Just to let your Republican listeners know, we're going to welcome Mr. Trump next May. He's coming to County Clare. Oh, is he?
He's coming. He's coming to visit his golf course for 3 or 4 days. So we're just in case your listeners aren't saying, well, that guy is a one-sided politician. No, so we'll give him a real 𝐾𝐞𝐭 𝐈𝐫𝐢𝐬 as well.
Okay, and we'll hear an update on that one as well after his visit. All right.
Sorry?
I said, and once Trump visits Ireland in May, then you can give us another call back and tell us about his
I will.
Nice
Yes, I'll keep you in touch. Yes, I'll keep you in touch, definitely. And maybe he might decide to come up to Galway, but I'll keep on top of him. I might see you before that. You never know. And by the way, I am planning my trip to America, so I'm not sure if I'll hit Detroit or not. But we're planning it now. We're putting it down on paper, so I'll keep you up to date.
All right, very good, Alfie. Thank you so very much, and wishing you wonderful weekend.
My pleasure, and thanks for taking oh, by the way, before I go, my grandson is called Patrick Ryder, right?
Uh-huh.
And the head of communications with the American Army, he's Patrick Ryder as well. So I thought there might be some connection there. If you can look him, I think he's a lieutenant colonel. He's one of the top guys. We often see him on television here. So he's spelled the same, Patrick Ryder, R-Y-D-E-R. So there might be some connection there too. We might be meeting him shortly as well, you'd never know. Okay?
Okay, sounds good. You're going to have to get back into genealogy. All right, God bless you. Thanks so very much.
God bless you. And thanks for taking my call. I hope the line was clear.
Extremely clear.
It was a perfect call. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
Yep.
God bless you. Bye-bye.
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 All right. So thanks to our friend Alfie Dean. And, I just love that he can bring back some of the spirit that's happening in Ireland to our listeners who are now listening all over the world. But for those of you that are in the Detroit area, got a little bit of notice that Buddy's Pizza, which is very well known in the Detroit area, and there are many locations, is having a special tomorrow that 20% of whatever you purchase will be going back to our local Capuchin Soup Kitchen and to the Father Sloannis Casey. Many of you may be aware of his status of being blessed. We're waiting for him to become a saint, but they have feeded so many of the needy in the Detroit area. So here we have Buddy Pizza, which is a fabulous pizza and one of the probably first pizzas in the Detroit area, isn't it, Bruce?
They gave us the Detroit-style pizza, the Sicilian style, yeah.
Yeah, so any of the pizza locations in the Detroit area, tomorrow's their fundraising day for Father Sloannis Casey's Capuchin Soup Kitchen, and 20% of whatever you purchase will be going back to aid in that need for others. So, good news. Also, the next song up is something that I found very interesting, and that was from our friend Endon Riley. And of course, I'm going to say, Bruce, what did I do with that paper? But it's right in front of me. There was a call to around the world. This is the Resolution Project. It's a global music and climate action project. They have a song. The Resolution song has been sung by thousands of people in over 100 countries. The song is a demonstration of global unity and the will to act now to protect our planet. The resolution, or Planet Resolution, encouraged people to create their own song or the version of the Resolution song. They said whether you're with a choir or on your own, all are invited to translate the lyrics into their own language and to make the song in their own musical style. And you can hear that. There's, like you say, over 100 countries that got involved in this call to action. And you can listen on Planet Resolution. Very interesting. So anyways, our good friend, Endon Riley, was contacted by the Abby from PlanetResolution.com and asked to do a version of The World on Her Shoulders, that's their song, in Gaelic. And so he came up, and then, of course they say do your own version, but it also includes something about the world on our shoulders. So Endon Riley has written the song, sings the song, and he also translated it in English. So we're going to hear it in Gaelic, but I want you to hear what the words are, because as I said, the version is the world is on our shoulders. So Endon is singing it in Irish. This is what it's in English. We have called it out, we have said it loud, what now? From a single voice to the greatest crowd, what now? With our with our arms wide open, time for a change. For every drop in the ocean, time for a change. Make a resolution, time for a change. We say tomorrow's a new day. I'm here standing with you, here standing with me, standing with the world on our shoulders. I'm here standing with you here, standing with me, standing with the world on our shoulders. We can plant the seeds, we can make a change right now for a better world, for a better place right now. With our arms wide open, time for a change. For every drop in the ocean, time for a change. Make a resolution, time for a change. We say tomorrow's a new day. I'm here standing with you, here standing with me, standing with the world on our shoulders. I'm here standing with you, here standing with me, with the world on our shoulders. We'll now hear Endon Riley singing that in Gaelic, a song that he's written.
Tá sé fógartha, tá sé gléitim má cad fasta. Óga óháin, go dtí an slua is mó cad fasta. Is le fáil just fit, sin táimag a day, dug a brain a gainug, sin táimag a day. Tashban dorun dangen, sin táimag a day, 𝙬𝙗𝙬𝙬. Slá nua marag, time sé seastan seo leatsa, seastan seo leosa, seasta leis an downer ngólaí. Time sé seastan seo leatsa, seastan seo leosa, seasta leis an downer ngólaí. Coronation shield, a hrílis leire bán. Le haid down níos fearr, áit níos fearr leire bán. Is le fáil just fit, sin táimag a day, dug a brain a gainug, sin táimag a day. Tashban dorun dangen, sin táimag a day, 𝙬𝙗𝙬𝙬. Is lá nua marag, time sé seastan seo leatsa, seastan seo leosa, seasta leis an downer ngólaí. Time sé seastan seo leatsa, seasta seo leosa, seasta leis an downer ngólaí. Time sé seastan seo leatsa, seastan seo leosa, seasta leis an downer ngólaí. Time sé seastan seo leatsa, seasta seo leosa, seasta leis an downer ngólaí. Time sé seastan seo leatsa, seastan seo leosa, seasta leis an downer ngólaí. Time sé seastan seo leatsa, seasta seo leosa, seasta leis an downer ngólaí. Fág just fit, seastan seo leatsa, seastan seo brain a gainug, seasta leis an downer ngólaí. Tashban dorun dangen, seastan seo leatsa, seasta Shasta down there rolling. Shasta sure that's Shasta brain I get Shen Talma good day I sponsor Rune Shen Talma good day Shasta down there rolling. Shasta sure that's good day Shasta brain I get Shen down there good day I sponsor Rune Shen Talma good day Shasta down there rolling. Shasta sure that's good day Shasta sure Shasta down there rolling. Shasta sure that's Shasta Shasta down there rolling. Shasta sure that's Shasta Shasta down there are moving.
So, just another little reminder that we can all do our part to help our world be a better place to live. And just a little shout out to our good friends, the Fraternal Order of United Irishmen, who on the day of the parade, they have the Corktown races, hired a company called Zero Waste, I believe it was, to help with the cleanup for all the runners. 98% of what was collected was recyclable, and only 2% went to the landfill. So we know the people in the Detroit area are trying to make this place a better place, not only to live, but to be a part of. With me now is our good friend, Father Brendan McCarrick, another one that tries his part to make us all better. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. And it's wonderful to hear the great success that they had with recycling, because, you know, when I was in Ireland, recycling was huge. And I came to America and I didn't think anyone recycled. But so it's fantastic to see it happening, because, you know, protection of everything is what's important.
Right. I think we're a little late to the game, but more people are becoming
Never
more
too
conscious.
late to start recycling.
Exactly, that's true. So how are you doing?
Ireland, it would never take off, but you know what? It took off very, very quickly.
Right, and it makes a difference.
It surely does.
Yep. So what kind of news do you have for us?
Well, we keep trying to make a difference, the same as those who recycle. We keep working and trying to help our guys in East Africa and do all the great work. And thank God we had a wonderful, wonderful night at the Knights of Columbus on Friday night. It was a fantastic night, and many, many people came from near and far. And a big thank you to all the members of the FUIs and the LAOH who came down to visit us. And of course, you had Kevin Murphy and his family were down, and so many different people came to support us. And of course, you were there yourself, Kathleen, too, which is fantastic. And a wonderful, wonderful night by everyone, and we had a hula party.
It was quite the party, wasn't it? I enjoyed it, and my husband did as well. Good music and good company and good food, and hopefully some good proceeds were produced from that wonderful raffles that you had, all those baskets.
Yeah, we had 22 baskets for raffling, so that went down fantastically well.
Very nice.
And of course, the big winner of do you want to say who it was, Kathleen?
I was going to say, do we want to say it, or?
Well, why not say it? It's deserving to be said.
I guess you can say it then, because I want to do the presentation tomorrow at our meeting. So go ahead, say it. And
so, of course, the winner of the big $3,500 for supporting the Palatines was the Gaelic League.
Yes, isn't that exciting?
Yay!
So there's always a drop comes at the right time. I hear they're needing to fundraise and get money, and
yes,
they did fantastically well. So congratulations to them.
Absolutely, and I know tomorrow, as I mentioned, Pam said to stop by and pick up the check, and I'm going to present it at our meeting. And yes, for those of them that are not aware, the Gaelic League is in need of a lot of campaign funding right now. We have a wall, the exterior wall of the Gaelic League that we took off the stucco, and of course, underneath all that was bricks that need to be replaced, and so it's a big project that's taken a lot of financing, and hopefully those that are listening would also like to donate, but this is a nice little addition to our cause. But yes,
a wonderful bonus that you got, and you supported the Palatine's, and we're very grateful to everyone who supported the Palatine raffle, and it's great to see a worthy cause winning it as well. And other people who won. One man said, "I've been donating for 45 years. I'm still in the red."
Well, his day will come.
It's all about giving, and for you give and you receive back rewards from God, and sometimes those who need the winning money get it at the right time. So we're very thankful to everybody who came out and everyone who supported us from near and far, and it was a wonderful evening.
Yeah, well, thank you, and we look forward to sharing more events that are coming up. I know there's a golf outing in June, and
yeah,
of course,
the golf outing in June with the Fooies is the next event in Inkster Golf Course, and then we'll go and have nothing over the summer because Father Stephen and myself will be busy doing mission appeals from Florida to California to New York to Boston to Maine, and even maybe some in Seattle, Washington. We don't know yet.
Wow. Well, good for you.
So we get a lot of flying miles in over the summer and do a lot of fundraising for the Palatine missions. So then we postpone everything on a pause after the golf outing until our November event.
All right. Well, in the meantime, enjoy what restful time you can get now, and we'll be sharing more news with you whenever you can get a chance to call in. All right.
Indeed, and we won't destroy all Porrick's good news. So all I'd say is the Sligo men are happy.
Oh, you are something else, and you know what? We were going to have Porrick calling in at this time, and I told him to delay because you were calling in.
Well, he give you a full blow-by-blow account of all the wonderful games. So keep up the good work, Porrick. Keep up the work, everybody, right?
Exactly. All right, Father. Enjoy your day, and Porrick will be sharing with us the details.
They can share you all the massive details. Have a wonderful day, and thank you all.
All right. God bless you. Take care.
Slán Hispanic Day.
What translation?
No.
Oh, it's already gone. All right. With that, let's wish everyone a happy birthday, and we'll be hearing from Porrick shortly. I want to say La Bracha Hana to the following people. A very happy birthday. And that includes Catherine Brennan, Loretta Surge, and Wendy Targus, that is celebrating birthdays today. Tomorrow is Sean Rudy. Wednesday, P.J. Berryman, Stacy Blair, Frankie Keating, and Bob Munt. On Thursday, we have Angela Davis and Bobby Hudson. Friday, my cousin Linda Tynan celebrates her birthday. And Saturday, Patrick Kinsella and Eamon McNulty. A very happy birthday to all of you, and wishing you the very best in birthdays on your birthday and throughout the rest of the year. And then I want to also say cohorges to the following people. Just mentioned Kevin and Shelley Murphy. Well, today is their anniversary. Happy anniversary. 40 years marriage. I'm wishing you many more healthy ones. Sean and Amanda Murray celebrated their first anniversary today, or a year ago today. Tomorrow is David and Linda LaBerge, 30th anniversary. Thursday, George and Kevin Chapman, 43 years of marriage. Friday, Dan and Kim Carlson, 39 years of marriage, and Kim is Patrick Johnson's sister, so wishing them all the best. And Saturday, we have Terry and Jeannie Dean celebrating 51 years of marriage. So wishing you many more healthy, happy years together. And it looks like our good friend Porrick Egan is here waiting to talk to us and share his news. How are you today, Porrick?
Yeah, very good, Kathleen. It's good to follow your distinguished guests, Alfie Deehan and Father Brendan McCarrick. So,
well, Father Brendan, Father Brendan, the spoiler alert.
No, I'm privileged to be on the same show as those two gentlemen. I'm kind of maybe for newer listeners, Kathleen, I'll just kind of give you an introduction. I'm kind of continuing in the tradition of calling in news results and trivia on GAA happenings on the local scene, and of course from Ireland. We always like to acknowledge the two people who did this in the previous years. That's John Traynor. John is still a faithful listener to the show, and also to the late Tom Kennedy. Well, in gathering news, Kathleen, over the last few years, we go to all the 4 provinces and the 32 counties for newsworthy items based on the success of the various clubs and counties. And from week to week, we really don't know where that will take us. And as it turns out, this week, the focus has to be on the west of Ireland, notably Sligo and Mayo. And we've had, as Alfie just said, we have had historic events happen here over the last 2 weekends. One sports related, and of course the other one, as he mentioned, the US president visiting Mayo. But yesterday in Sligo, in Markievicz Park in Sligo town, we had New York City Gaelic football team visiting to play the first ever All-Ireland Championship game for them on Irish soil. So that was a huge event, and I'll actually kind of go back and talk about that in a few minutes. So the All-Ireland Championship in both hurling and football is now underway, with many games of consequences taking place on every Saturday and Sunday. And the powerhouse names in football have set the pace already. And for instance, Dublin just absolutely hammered Laois today. Kerry beat Tipperary, I think, by 20 points yesterday. Galway overpowered Roscommon in Dr. Hyde Park just a couple of hours ago. And in Limerick, or in hurling, the 3 in a row Limerick team had a big win today. So the big names are looking good. For the weaker counties, this is kind of just as way introduction to what I'm going to introduce to you. For the weaker counties, to get to the higher standards, they must work hard, plan doubly hard, and this usually starts with the youth programs and getting young people to showing the skills and the confidence to improve. And in the local national schools, that's like the elementary schools, as they call it here, over the last good number of years, older players, teachers, coaches, and mentors visit these national schools, and they get the children engaged in the sports. And so when success at underage occurs, because of all of this work, it creates great excitement and a rising interest through the whole community. And this was never more evident than 4 days ago in Sligo football. Our under-20 football team went to Tuam, Galway, to play in the Connacht under-20 championship. And let's just say Galway have been one of the kingpins of underage football in the west of Ireland for many years. But Sligo were encouraged by the earlier wins in the competition, and they were ready for the task in hand. And if you have that clip from Wednesday evening, this is Sligo under-20s playing in the Connacht final. And as I said, you have to just think back of all the work at underage it took to get to this point. And I think you'll hear from the commentators that this was a moment to behold.
One more chance, Sligo. Ross is flying, has it. He's going over to Canis on the midfield mark. Ross Chambers is on it on his left shoulder. We're breaking up the left wing forward position. We're deep into injury time. It's level game. Josh Flynn, corner forward, has it. Sligo need to work it round into a shooting position. Canis is... The shot is in. Oh, it's come back off the crossbar. The keeper kind of caught it on the crossbar. That would have been the winner. This looks like extra time is written all over it, Con. Let's hope there's no counter-attack from Galway.
I'd nearly take it at this stage because I think we looked a much stronger side. I'd fancy us in extra time. But, you know, we need to keep it down this side. As you said, the counter-attack is on here now.
25 seconds left. Galway are on the attack. Sligo need to get back in numbers, and they're slow to do so. Sligo have turned the man, Ross's line, but they're on the 45. There's 15 seconds left. The shot is in. A massive block by Conor Sheridan. It's still in Galway hands. Don't foul Sligo. Dylan Walsh has it. Counter touch Sligo. The Sligo crowd are up. A high pass. Dylan Walsh Harps has it. Give it to Dylan Walsh over again. He's through. The equaliser is on. Please give the pass. Put it over. Yes! Over the bar. Time is up. Surely that's it. Hand pass went over off the crossbar. He hand passed it over off the crossbar. Dylan Walsh from Easter Harps. Sligo 14. Galway 13. Dylan Walsh from Harps is down to the sub. The referee says get on with it. Surely that's it. The kick out is there. The fire is down there. Sligo back-to-back Connacht champions. Sligo back-to-back Connacht champions. How does that sound? How does that sound? 14-13.
It's unbelievable scenes here. Oh, your two commentators here are crying like fucking babies. That is just unbelievable. That score at the end, the turnover.
Oh my God.
Dylan Walsh comes through. Let the hand pass go. It looked like it was going to come back off the crossbar. Rolls over the top of it and over. But we were on about character. We never had any doubt, Colin, that they had that character. At stages it looked like it might happen for them. Galway produced a massive display here. Took a couple of great scores. Went 2 points ahead. But we found a way back and we found a winner. And look at the joy out there on that pitch. Unbelievable.
Sligo have won arguably their greatest victory in history. They've won away to Roscommon. They've won away to Mayo. They've now won away in what has traditionally been a graveyard for Sligo football here in Tuam Stadium. Sligo have won it the hard way, the traditional big three. We've taken 3 big scalps. We're looking forward to an All-Ireland semi-final against Cork or Kerry. Who cares the opposition, Conor O'Mara? Sligo are climbing. Sligo have back-to-back Connacht titles.
Well, before you start, Cork, I want you to know that is contagious, because we have people here at the Gaelic League, Amy and Mark, cheering on the Sligo team. They just wish they were there in person.
Well, Kathy, just think about this though. We were talking about amateur players, amateur coaches, amateur commentators, and it'll tell you, it doesn't matter if you're in Sligo, it doesn't matter if you're in Leitrim or any county throughout Ireland. That's the kind of enthusiasm and passion that you have for the game. And you don't always win. In fact, for many years you don't win. But winning is obviously not the entire goal. But when you do, that's the kind of excitement you can have. So that was Sligo under 20 on Wednesday, and then yesterday, as I said, New York played in Sligo, Markovics Park in the Connacht semi-final, and I guess this is kind of just because Sligo won yesterday also. So of course it was a great occasion for football, a great occasion for the GAA. Several of the New York players were born in the United States, so I'm sure that was a great occasion for them. As often is the case, though, in the west of Ireland, the weather did not cooperate, and unfortunately it was a cloudy, wet day. But Sligo spirits were not dampened, and they now go forward in 2 weeks' time to the Connacht final against Galway. And so, Kathy, I don't want to. There's already a lot of Sligo talk already today, so I better finish up here. But Alfie, you mentioned about the president coming to Mayo, and the people in Mayo did a great job of actually promoting themselves as well as welcoming the president. The chieftains got together. The great group, the chieftains, got together for the first time since Paddy Maloney had passed away. And I think they played there for almost an hour. So just to finish up, I thought maybe you could play one of the chieftain songs that's come back when Paddy Maloney and the whole group were together. It was called The Star of the County Down.
We can do that. And good exciting news all coming out of the west of Ireland. It's very special. So thank you, Pork. And You have a great week. We will play the Star County Down, and this is the Chieftains with Van Morrison singing. So anything else before we let you go?
No, Kathleen, no, I think I've taken up enough time. So thank you, of course. Obviously, you'll hear from me every couple of weeks till the late summer.
Sounds wonderful.
Thanks.
All right, anytime. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Town in the county down one morning last July. From a boring green came a sweet Colleen, and she smiled as she passed me by. She looked so sweet from her two brown feet to the sheen of her nut brown hair. Such a coaxing elf, sure I took myself for to see I was really there. From Bradbury Bay up to 𝐷𝐸𝐿, up from Galway to Dublin town. Now may I've seen like the brown Colleen that I met in the county down. When the harvest fair she'll be surely there, I'll dress in my Sunday clothes. While my shoes shone right and my hat cocked right for a smile from a nut brown rose. No pipe I smoke, no horse I'll yoke, till my plow is a rust-colored brown. Till a smiling bride by my own fireside sits the star of the county down. From Bradbury Bay up to 𝐷𝐸𝐿, up from Galway to Dublin town. Now may I've seen like the brown Colleen that I met in the county down. Spit, she scratched my head and I looked with a feeling rare. And I says I to a passerby with a maid with the nut brown hair. He looked at me and he says he, that's a gem of Ireland's crown. Young Rosie McCann from the banks of the bank, she's the star of the county down. From Bradbury Bay up to 𝐷𝐸𝐿, up from Galway to Dublin town. Now may I've seen like the brown Colleen that I met in the county down. From Bradbury Bay up to 𝐷𝐸𝐿, up from Galway to Dublin town. Now may I've seen like the brown Colleen that I met in the county down. From Bradbury Bay up to 𝐷𝐸𝐿, up from Galway to Dublin town. Now may I've seen like the brown Colleen that I met in the county down.
Okay, I just want to make mention that I have received a request actually last week from Dan Martin in Washington, and I know that he's already tuned in today, but I do have his request. I don't know that we're going to get to it today, but definitely next week. All of a sudden we were getting all these phone calls, and I don't know that it's going to be happening now. We've got another couple that are coming in.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of time left for the music that's here.
But I do want to say thanks, Dan Martin. We have not forgotten you. And for anyone that wants to make a request, we will try to do it in a timely manner, but sometimes things happen. But I want to say a big hello and thank those that are sharing this program, including Stacy Skinador in Illinois, and our ones that are here listening in person, Mark and Amy Hunt, and and adding to the fun and the cheering. And we also
have a cheering session.
Yes. We also have Lyle that's already arrived from the Detroit Irish Music Association. They will be playing a couple of tunes for us at the end of this program. And for Sylvia that's already here, we'll be hearing from her in a little bit. As I mentioned, Dan Martin's in Washington, taking a listen. Sandy and Marty from their kitchen in Plymouth. Kelly Barbara, Patricia Murphy Martin, Kathleen Kern, Michael Corbett, and others that have not checked in but are listening, just a little reminder, we had a little bit of a snafu last Sunday with being able to hear the program as it was being broadcast. Just remember that you can always listen afterwards. And
Thousands of apologies for that.
Yeah, well, internet is internet, and the phone line was shaky too. Who knows? But,
Oh, no, I had to be technical last week, and I didn't fill the void.
Oh, well.
So we lost out.
Well, we were not going to.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, we're not going to blame Bruce. You know, he just shows the man is human. Sometimes I wonder.
You have no idea how human.
when he gets around me and has to keep me in line or tell me that's not where you put things, or this is that.
Stop turning your head to talk to me. Because
Right.
she does that, and she moves her mouth away from the mic.
When I turn and look at Bruce for approval, everything seems to go wrong. But just let's get into some more music,
There we
and
go.
then we'll have some more wonderful messages from some of our members of our group here that are sharing some wonderful announcements. But next up, we're sticking with the theme of Mother Earth. This is a song that I found by Sean Keane, Nature's Little Symphony. And then we'll follow it with Kara Willie with the Song of the Earth that also talks about that symphony of our world.
The wind makes music as it whistles through the handmade winding walls around our home. The huddled hawthorn plays a lonesome tune. The skylark sings aloft and all alone. The grasses in the meadow, the starlings in the sky, the children chanting poems of long ago, all part of nature's little symphony. The reason the music's in our souls. The symbols of the crashing waves at sea, rolling towards the Connemara shore. The robin rhymes an early morn reprise, proclaiming love from those who've gone before. The rhythms of the raindrops on the window of my room, as the fiddle weaves a tune so soft below, all part of nature's little symphony. The reason the music's in our soul. No matter how far and near, we will all hold him dear. The songs, the tunes, the Celtic rhythms call. Whenever those clouds draw near, that darkness we sometimes fear, just let the music reach into your soul. That powerful song unites us one and all. Our parents toiled to nature's simple song, believing in the beauty of their dreams. Friendships born to last a whole life long, bound in music running through like streams. And when we travel lightly in search of dreams and more, our music is a parting gift to all part of nature's little symphony. The reason the music's in our soul. No matter how far and near, we will all hold and dear the songs, the tunes, the Celtic rhythms call. Whenever those clouds draw near, that darkness we sometimes fear, just let the music reach into your soul. That powerful song unites as one and all. No matter how far and near, we will all hold and dear the songs, the tunes, the Celtic rhythms call. Whenever those clouds draw near, that darkness we sometimes fear, just let the music reach into your soul. That powerful song unites as one and all. That powerful song unites as one and all.
The whoosh of the wind, the song of the crickets, the patter of rain in the trees, the crunch of new snow, the bubbly river, the crash of the waves in the ocean. Just head outside to hear what you're missing. There's a symphony playing, if only we listen. When we get quiet, then we can hear it, the song of the earth. Hear the cicadas holding the rhythm, the bullfrogs are thumping the bass, a chorus of robins is singing the melody, a woodpecker's playing the drums. Just head outside to hear what you're missing. There's a symphony playing, if only we listen. When we get quiet, then we can hear it, the song of the earth. Nature is singing, just open your door. Is there a sound you've never heard before? Just head outside to hear what you're missing. There's a symphony playing, if only we listen. When we get quiet, then we can hear it, the song of the earth.
All right, I told you this was going to be a fun, busy day, and it is. We do have our guest here in the studio at the Gaelic League, Irish American Club, 2068 Michigan Avenue in Detroit, and that is our good friend Sylvia Donahue. Sylvia is the president right now of the Jim Dewan Memorial Scholarship Program, and you have a big event coming up, Sylvia.
Yes, Kathleen, thank you for having me on.
All right.
This luncheon is coming up next Sunday here at the Gaelic League. It starts at 11 o'clock. We have a lot of wonderful things planned, besides giving out the wonderful scholarships this year to our winners. And our winners are Ella Miller, Claire Maloney, and Ella Dalloway. And so we're excited about that. And also we have special guest 𝐾𝐞𝐭𝐫, who is the Academic Advancement Associate at Notre Dame University, who will be our speaker. We have world-renowned harpist Siobhan McKinney-Donovan, who will be entertaining. And so it's going to be a fun event, and I hope that everybody will come and enjoy it and celebrate with our scholarship winners. The tickets are available on our website at jimdewanscholarship.com. And we also have, I'll have tickets here till 4 o'clock this afternoon. And they're $40 a piece for the luncheon. We have good food, good entertainment, so why not?
Right.
We'll have the tickets for another, I'd say today, tomorrow, and after that, we have to give the caterer a number, so we can't go too far beyond that.
Okay, and so those that are interested, if you have the opportunity, come on down today. You can purchase your tickets. The committee will be here for a good little while, till at least 4. But also the 𝐷EMA group will be here with their session from 3 to 5, so you get a bonus, some live music as well as getting those tickets. This is the 3rd annual one.
Yes, it is, and we're very, very happy.
Yeah, I was going to say, and I know my brother, the late Jim Dewan, would be thrilled to see, because that was always his vision, that we would support young people that could once again not only get a better education or some funding for their education, and this is not, when we say young people, 17 to 30-year-olds were eligible, but that they would also give a contribution back to the Irish community with service, and that's what your group is doing, right?
Yes, he wanted to make sure that we got more young people involved in the Irish community and their Irish heritage.
Yeah, so very, very nice. So once again, the luncheon is next Sunday. It's here at the Gaelic League. The first 2 were fabulous. I understand one of the former recipients, Maeve Spicer, was going to be here as well.
Yes, and also the first winner.
Oh, really?
Rose Goddard will be here also.
Oh, how sweet. There you go. It's nice to see not only were they able to receive some funding, but they are already coming back and sharing with what their latest venture is in schooling. So once again, Sylvia, if people aren't real interested in getting on a computer, is there a number to get to the website?
You can call me at 586-202-4179, or you can call Barb Weir at 734-658-0404.
Okay, and for those that are, this is something new, I didn't know about it, is the information as far as how to apply for future scholarships are on the website? Or?
Yes, that's on the website. And if you go on the website to buy tickets, you just click on where it says 2023 luncheon, and then the flyer will come up, and below the flyer there's a spot where you click to buy the tickets. And then you'll just pick them up at the Gaelic League, or if we have time, we'll mail them to you.
Okay, very, very good. Anything else you want to share in regards to this?
No, just thank you for letting us come on and
oh, you know I would. It is a very worthy cause, and I know that the first 2 have been wonderful, very well organized, and like you say, good company, good food, and isn't it special to be there to honor these recipients and their families that come along as well.
Right.
You know, so thanks, Sylvia, to you and your committee and all those behind the scenes making another wonderful event happen here at the League.
Thanks, Kathleen.
All right, take care. And with that, we'll go into a couple more songs about our Earth, Mother Earth. This is the title of this one with Caroline. And then you're going to hear a bit of a rap song. It's from some Irish students about climate change. It's Now This.
listen to the trees, listen to the spirits of the earth, begging us please, stop listening to greed. Listen to the rivers, listen to the sea, listen to the spirits of the deep, begging us please, stop listening to greed. She sent the drought to warn us, she sent the storms to scold us, but we don't listen. We burn and we break and we take and we take and we take till it's too late. Oh, where did the beasts go? Where did the trees go? Where will man go when he has lost the heart beat beneath his feet? Oh, this is our home. She gives us home, Mother Earth. Can you feel her heart beat beneath your feet? Heart beat beneath your feet. Heart beat beneath your Listen to the animals, listen to the trees, listen to the spirits of the earth, begging us please, stop listening to greed. Listen to the rivers, listen to the sea, listen to the spirits of the deep, begging us please, stop listening to greed. Listen to the animals, listen to the trees, listen to the spirits of the earth, begging us please, stop listening to greed. Listen to the rivers, listen to the sea, listen to the spirits of the deep, begging us please, stop listening to greed.
In our own small way.
It's one small change, we can do that today. Our mind's getting bigger while the world's getting smaller, but saving the earth's becoming a tall order. From the minute you awake from your nightly nap, you can make little changes like turning off the tap while brushing your teeth in the bathroom.
You can cycle or walk your way to the classroom.
Cut down the fuel you use to get to school.
Pile in, let's carpool.
In your lunchbox, cut down the plastic. See, these things aren't too drastic. Spread the word, get vocal. Make it go global. When buying food, stay local.
Never mind the dishwasher, do it by hand.
But I hate washing up. Ah, come on, it's grand.
Just one small change in the little things we do. We'll show you how, and now it's up to you. It's our future.
It's our earth.
We need to protect it for what it's worth. It's our future.
It's our earth.
We need to protect it for what it's worth.
Since we found out the earth was sick, we knew we had to do something quick. The earth is our family and our friend.
We need to mend it before it ends.
This is our home, so don't destroy it. Everyone should do their bit. Ice caps melting, seas getting high. Homes will be flooded, polar bears will die. The sun's getting hotter, the rain won't fall. I'm afraid we won't survive at all. Recycle the plastic, please, it's free.
You don't want that ending up in the sea. It's like people use this planet as a bin. Pick up your trash, that's where you begin.
Temperature is rising, we are realizing we must act now, there's no compromise.
Just one
But this is so exciting. We're having quite a few of the Detroit Irish musician members coming in, and some of them I haven't seen in a while. And a big shout out to Lyle and Becky and Rob and Mary and Marianne and John. It's good to see you, and we'll be seeing more as we get closer to that 3 o'clock. But Becky, you have some good news to share with us. You pick up the mic and tell us, what did you just receive?
Yeah, I'm Becky Dudash. I've been playing concertina for about 3 years, and after the first year I started getting lessons from Florence Fahey, who grew up in Clare, Ireland, and her farm was next to this other farm who had a farmer and a famous concertina player, Chris Droney. And he just died. He was 95 years old. He died during, like 2 years ago. So this last weekend, several of my friends and my teacher went to Ireland, and they had a festival, the Concertina Festival, and then they brought this book out. It's called Chris Droney of Bell Harbor, and he won a lot of the Ireland top concertina back in 1956. I think for like 6 or 7 years he was the top concertina player, and he used to play for the dances back in the 30s and 40s. So he has, and he has his own technique on the concertina, which is like he does 1 row and he does octave. So I've been trying to specialize in it because Flo grew up, her father used to play with him, and her father did go to this concertina weekend, and he's the only one there that knew him and played with him. So it's just really exciting. This book is all about his life, and it has all his music in it too. So it's like Christmas for me. So just like Christmas, I got it. I've been looking at it. My husband's excited about it too. He's reading about it. So it's a great book. And it's by Dan Rowell and James Branch.
Well, I knew when you walked in, you had this big beam on your face that like something exciting. So those of you that are listening and in the area, Becky will be here till 5. Come on down and see this great treasure that she just received, and we look forward to hearing a lot of music coming out of you now with that concertina, Becky. Yeah, because like you say, all the sheet music is there, right? Yeah. Very good. Well, thank you for sharing that with our listeners. I'm very happy for you and happy for the Detroit Irish Music Association to be getting some new tunes, more tunes, right? She just mentioned that this Chris Droney had died a few years ago. Let me mention and extend our condolences to a number of people that have died, and I do have some funeral arrangements for one of them. One of them that has died, and we've been praying for, is Una Bonner. God love Una, who was, her husband was Brian Bonner, that played the accordion, and she was very active with the Cayley here at the Gaelic League, as well as the Irish language. She died peacefully at home in Arizona with, where she was staying with one of her children. The message from her children is, thank you for the prayers and messages during the last few months. Una enjoyed them all. She is at peace and no doubt has already organized a Cayley in heaven with their father. Details regarding her funeral and celebration of her life will be at St. Mary's Church in Wayne. And we haven't gotten any information yet, but when we do, we'll share it with you. And certainly it will be on Detroit Irish Radio Facebook page and the Gaelic League, as both Una and her husband were Gaelic League members. But this message came from her children, Brian, Kevin, Sean, and Mary Kate. We want to extend our condolences to the Bonners. Then I just learned about Joseph Wiggins. He died on April 20th, the age of 78, in Dearborn, loving father of Christina Wiggins and Deborah Strasbaugh, a beloved grandfather of Jordan, Joseph, Amanda, Devin, and the late Ryan, and dear great-grandfather of Kyle, Cole, Ava, and Nova. Joseph was deceased or predeceased in death by his parents, William and Kathleen, and will be missed by many family and friends, including Nora Cassidy, who is his aunt. Joseph Wiegand was her nephew, the only child of Nora's sister, Kathleen. Visitation is today from 2 to 8 p.m. at the Dearborn Chapel of Varan Funeral Home, located at 23701 Ford Road. The phone number is 313-278-5100 if you need it to call them. A funeral service will be held tomorrow at 4 p.m. at the funeral home, and also there will be a live stream of the funeral service available for the public. You can check out his obituary and tribute wall and add to the guest book by going to www.voranfuneralhome.com. They also learned of the death of a former GA president and last surviving member of the Mayo's 1951 All-Ireland winning panel, has died at the age of 93, and that is Dr. Mick Loftus. Thoughts and prayers are with the Dr. Mick's family at this time. And then I just learned that Julie Lewis's husband, Rick Lewis, died on Friday. So I don't have any details in regards to his funeral, but we also want to give our condolences to the Lewis family, who are and were active in the Irish American community here in Detroit. With that, we'll go on to a couple more songs here all along the Atlantic Way. Certainly get to see all kinds of Mother Earth with the cliffs and the water, the ocean and land and all the greenery, being sung by Aoife Scott. And then we'll follow it up with the High Kings, who will be coming to Michigan, and I'll share more of that information after we hear them singing Patty's Green Shamrock Shore.
When will you bring me my love? Counting down the days. When will you bring me my love? All along the wild Atlantic way. 60 years in Nova Scotia, waiting for the day that we're returning home. All along the wild Atlantic way. When will you bring me my love? Counting down the days. When will you bring me my love? All along the wild Atlantic way. Remember when we went to Bombay, shipwreck in the bay. Sat and watched the northwest sunset all along the wild Atlantic way. The time that we climbed Crow Patch, we nearly went astray. Our legs were aching, falling off us all along the wild Atlantic way. When will you bring me my love? Counting down the days. When will you bring me my love? All along the wild Atlantic way. Time that we went skinny dipping down in Derry, smelling the Galway salted ocean all along the wild Atlantic way. The day that we heard Willie Clancy piping in Hull Bay, we sang and danced till the early morning all along the wild Atlantic way. When will you bring me my love? Counting down the days. When will you bring me my love? all along the wild Atlantic way. And watch you catch the fish, their dinghies, currents roll away. Wait for you with the half-light gloaming all along the wild Atlantic way. Cycling back from the black bullhead, skin salty from the spray, the ocean looming up beyond us all along the wild Atlantic way. When will you bring me my love, counting down the days? When will you bring me my love, all along the wild Atlantic way? When will you bring me my love, counting down the days? When will you bring me my love, all along the wild Atlantic way? When will you bring me my love, counting down the days? When will you bring me my love, all along the wild Atlantic way?
To old Ireland, goodbye to you, Bannerstrand. No time to look back, facing the wind, fighting the waves. May heaven protect us all from cold, hunger and angry squalls. Pray I won't be lost, wind in the sails, carry me safe. So fare thee well, my own true love, I'll think of you night and day. A place in my mind you will surely find, although I am so far away. And when I'm alone, far away from home, I'll think of the good times once more, until I can make it back someday here to Paddy's green shamrock shore. Out now on the ocean deep, ship's noise makes it hard to sleep. Tears fill up my eyes, the image of you won't go away. So fare thee well, my own true love, I'll think of you night and day. A place in my mind you will surely find, although I am so far away. And when I'm alone, far away from
All right. We're going to have Bruce do something here in a minute, but let me give you some more news. I got a message from Liz Heinzman wishing us to announce their event that's coming up on May 13th here at the Gaelic League. It's the Cayley Spring Fling fundraiser, and that is with the proceeds going to the Gaelic League. The doors open at 7 p.m. Music is provided by our good friend DJ Pat Johnson. There will be Irish dancers, Cayley dancers, coffee, tea, snacks, and a cash bar. Admission is $10 in advance, $15 at the door. For tickets, you can contact Liz at 734-560-1385 or email her at Lizzy, Lizzy, DEW, at yahoo.com. The proceeds, once again, benefit the Gaelic League. You can also come down on a Friday night and see Liz as she teaches the Irish step dancing around 5 o'clock, 5:30. And the Cayley is at 8 o'clock. So once again, this would be a fun evening for everyone, and it certainly will help with the needs here at the Gaelic League. Okay, next up we're going to hear from John McKnight, who is a Fraternal Order of United Irishmen, and also this is part of an event that's coming up the Fooies are putting on, but reminds me of the event next Sunday with the luncheon for the Jim Dewan Scholarship Program. Jim was also a very active member of the Fooies. Happy today to have with me John McKnight, who is an active member of the Fraternal Order of United Irishmen. And John has plenty of news to share with us in regards to the upcoming St. Patrick's Irish Festival. John, how are you today?
I'm doing very good, Kathleen. Thank you for having me on. It's a pleasure to come down here and speak about the St. Pat's Festival, 46th year coming up, and the Fooies were founded to help Father Duffy and Sister Mary put on this festival, and we've been active in it ever since.
I was going to say, and it's a fun way to start off our spring activities outdoors. Tell us a little bit of what's happening. We know that the St. Pat's Festival is up at the St. Patrick's Senior Center, which is located at 58 Parsons Street in Midtown Detroit, actually right behind Orchestra Hall, and we're able to use their parking lot on that day. What kind of events are taking place as far as music and?
Well, we have 3 stages. Inside on the Charlie Taylor stage, we start out with Tara, and then the Shamrock Shore, and then the Fooey Chowder Society, followed by the Celtic Pipe and Drums, John L. Sullivan. Then we have the dancers from Arden Academy of Irish Dance, and then the Codgers and the Wakefire.
Now, is that the main stage?
That's the main stage.
Okay, so that's indoors and it's in the auditorium. And just a personal question, are you part of the Chowder Society?
Yes, I am. I'm a proud member of the Chowders. So come and hear me sing.
I will do that, yes. All right. And
then we have another setup out on the lawn. And we have out there House Party, our friend Mike Sullivan, Black Murray, the Jamrocks, McSpillin, and that finishes up with Doug Thompson. And there's one other downstairs in the dining room. There's the New Brigade, the Cork Harbor 3, Pat Carey and Friends, Gerald Smith, Carl Henry, and Pat O'Connor.
Excellent. Now, this festival starts at 1 o'clock and runs to about 8 p.m. And is the music going on in all different areas, or it kind of winds up where everybody ends up in the auditorium?
It goes on throughout all areas. It ends outside at 6:45 and downstairs at 7, and then upstairs it ends at 8, and then after 8 o'clock is when they have the raffle for the $10,000 prize, and the chair of cheer drawing, which is always fun. We load up a nice Barca Lounge recliner or something of that nature with a bunch of booze.
Sounds wonderful. And I know that they even have a raffle for the entrance. The admission is $5, and you can come in and perhaps win $1,000 on your admissions.
Absolutely. And they have other raffles throughout the day, too. I believe there's a crocheting raffle and
50-50s every hour.
50-50 every hour.
Yes.
Makes it exciting. So
very, very nice.
yeah, come on down, and it's a great day. It's a great thing to bring your family to, and it's really great to be part of.
And what's the purpose of it all? What does St. Pat's Senior Center, or what is it all about?
St. Pat's Senior Center has been taking care of the people in Midtown since 1973, when Sister Mary Purcell, I think, served 7 meals down there, and it's just grown since then. And down there they have the, I believe it's one of the largest medical screening for the seniors in the area, and they help with their nutrition and their health, and driving people to and from appointments, and they're really very well taken care of.
I was going to say, yeah, they really are here for the seniors, and so are all of us that participate in their festival, and throughout the year they have volunteers that come down and serve meals every day. As you mentioned, I think they're one of the largest senior health services in the country.
Yes.
And they also help to accommodate these seniors making moves to smaller places if they're finding a place for them to live. Would you say there's transportation involved? It's just a worthy cause, and certainly the Fooeys have a big major role in all of this, don't you?
Yeah, we helped them start out, and when nobody else would help, the Fooeys stepped in, and whatever they've needed throughout the years, we try to help provide and set up special events to help them with funding. And now Satrice is doing a great job with funding, but there's always more needed.
Right, and I was going to say, and during COVID, it was very hard for them to continue, but they kept continuing with meals, where they made meals, a couple meals to give to people every other day as they drove by.
We would deliver to their homes, and or they would come by in groups, and they would set them out. So hopefully we can get back to normal. Because the seniors love coming down there and participating in all of the events that they have, and exercise groups, dance groups. So they do a really wonderful job with the seniors.
I was going to say they even do computer.
Yes, computer training, and
using your smartphone.
Yeah, if they can't afford a computer, they're provided one. So.
Isn't that wonderful? So if people are interested in getting raffle tickets in advance, the $100 tickets, or if they want to find out more, who can they call?
They can call the center directly at 313-833-7080.
Very good. Okay, well, thank you. Anything else you'd like to share, John?
Well, I just think it's so important that the people come down and support this more than worthy cause. When nobody else in the city cared, Father Duffy and Sister Mary and the Fooeys did. So come on down and help us spread the love.
Spread the love and enjoy the day.
Absolutely.
There's plenty of good food being available for purchase, and
plenty of spirits. The Fooeys will be manning the spirits booth.
And there's plenty of those as well.
There's plenty of those on every floor. So
right.
Come on down, and there's also outside caterers that are outside. So come on down and enjoy it.
Well, thank you so very much for sharing all that with our listeners, and looking forward to another great successful event. Fooeys are behind the scenes in a lot of these events, and I should make a mention. There shamrocks that were on the parade route, those wooden huge shamrocks on the lamp post, and also the Corktown races. funding goes to St. Pat's. So we
Yes.
appreciate that that's your main cause in your organization, and you're making so many people happy by
Yeah, we
being
like
there.
to not put our focus on us, but on St. Pat's. So
Very good.
we try to hide in the shadows.
Well, I was going to say you also put a focus on many of the Irish organizations, including this radio program where you've helped fund it for many, many years. They're probably not since its existence, but for a good many of those years, always been very generous in your support financially. So thank you, John.
Oh, you're
Thanks
very
to the
welcome.
Fooey's, and let's go support St. Pat's.
Absolutely.
All right. God bless.
Bless.
Okay, I wanted to make mention about Amy and Mark Hunt being here with us today. They come in on a regular basis to see us on a Sunday, but today is an extra special day with toast to Mark's late father, Bob Hunt, who passed away 14 years ago on April 21st. As I've learned about Mark's father, I hear that he was very actively, as is the whole family, in the Boy Scouts. His father was a well-known scoutmaster, as well as a hockey coach in Lincoln Park. So Mark, to your dad, a toast, and just nice, fond memories of a dad that was well-loved. We also want to, what do we want to do here? Oh, we're going to have our 𝐷EMA group, although I hope John's not wandering away too far, or Lyle, but we were going to get them up to play so that we can make sure that they get in, and then welcome all of you. And maybe Amy and Mark are going to pick up an instrument so they can join in the circle here of some of the members of the Detroit Irish Music Association. They do meet here once a month on the first Wednesday of the month. So you can always come on out on the Wednesday of the month, and we try to get them in on a Sunday. Oh, there you are, Lyle. You changed seats. Here I was waiting for him to come back. But the songs that are being selected to be played today is The Haunted House, an old favorite by a few of the members. And actually, there's a nice little crowd here on this Sunday from the Detroit Irish Music Association. It's all yours, guys. very nice. Thank you. For those of you that would like to, the musicians here today will be here till 5 o'clock. From 3 to 5, there's a session. You're welcome to come down, be a part of it, or just enjoy it as well. They enjoy it too, but you can enjoy it sitting back and just listening and seeing some live, talented musicians here. I did mention the High Kings are coming in, and it's not until July, but you might want to put that on your calendar, July 12th. It's a Wednesday evening out at the Ark in Ann Arbor, so we'll be sharing more of that information. Just a little reminder that the AOH have their Friday fish dinners continuing. All you can eat fried or baked fish, fries, coleslaw, and roll for $14. Children, $6. Doors open at 5 o'clock this coming Friday. Food is served from 5:30 till 7:30. And entertainment this coming Friday is Shamrock Shore, sponsored by Peggy Gray, following the dinner. Also happening this week is the Kelly here at the Gaelic League with Liz Heinsman. A big event, and we're happy to announce Roan is a great band that has played at various events, including the Motor City Irish Fest, and have been here at the Gaelic League, are returning for a Roan album release. Yes, they're releasing an album this coming Saturday, April 29th, here at the Gaelic League, 2068 Michigan Avenue in Corktown, Detroit. The doors open at 6:30. Tickets are $15 each and are available at roanband.com, their website, ROANEBAND.com. Come on down and enjoy some more great music. Next up, we're going to just have enough time to maybe get in the Cliffs of Dooneen by Patty Riley. And do we have time for the little poem being read by President Michael Higgins, written by Pat Kavanaugh, Stony Gray Soil.
You may travel far, far from your own native home, far away o'er the mountains, far away o'er the foam. But of all the fine places that I've ever seen, sure there's none can compare with the cliffs of Dooneen. Take a view o'er the mountains, find sights you'll see there. See the high rocky mountains and the west coast of Clare. The towns of Kilrush and Kilkee can be seen from the high rocky slopes round the cliffs of Dooneen. It's a nice place to be on a fine summer's day, watching all the wild flowers that ne'er do decay. The hare and lofty pheasant are quite plain to be seen, building homes for their young round the cliffs of Dooneen. Fare thee well to Dooneen, fare thee well for a while, and to all the fine people I'm leaving behind, to the streams and the meadows where late I have been, and the high rocky slopes
round the cliffs of 𝐾𝐞𝐭𝐫𝐫.
Well, I hate doing this to President Michael Higgins once. We just heard all about the nice reception that Biden got in Ireland, but we're running out of time, so we're going to keep that poem for another day. But thanks for all of you that have tuned into Detroit Irish Radio on crbradio.com, or those that are going to share it and send it on through Facebook or the YouTube channel of Detroit Irish Radio or to the Gaelic League website. This has been your host, Kathleen O'Neill, along with Bruce Smith. Our many call-ins and guests, including Alfie Dean, Father Brendan McCarrick, Porrick Egan, Becky here in Detroit Irish Music Association member, Sylvia Donahue, and John McKnight, and just keep all that are in poor health in your prayers. May they grow stronger and healthier with each day. Come on down. You can buy those tickets for next Sunday's Jim DeWan Memorial Scholarship Luncheon here until 4 o'clock today, or give a call to one of the ones that was mentioned. Until next week, be kind to yourself, be kind to others. Have a great week. 𝐷𝐶𝐞𝐭𝐫𝐲𝐈𝐫𝐢𝐬𝐡 𝐑𝐚𝐝, going out with a little bit of 𝐷𝐸𝐾𝐿.